What if I told you that the most disturbing horror movie of the year isn't about ghosts, demons, or jump scares, but about something far more unsettling, something that sticks with you long after the credits roll? Zack Cregger's new film Weapons has taken audiences by storm, not because it's loud or flashy, but because it digs deep into fears we don't always talk about. Missing children, hidden powers, and an eerie metaphor about how people themselves can be turned into weapons. This film has layers that go beyond your standard horror flick. From its opening sequence to its haunting conclusion, Weapons makes you question not just what you're watching, but what it really means. And that's exactly what we're breaking down today. Why this movie is so disturbing, and the shocking meaning behind its title. At the heart of Weapons is the terrifying disappearance of 17 children, all vanishing from their homes at exactly 2:17 a.m. They don't just run away, they're pulled into something much darker. The force behind it? Gladys, Alex's great-aunt, a frail yet powerful figure who has tapped into forbidden powers to extend her life. With her spells, she manipulates not only the children, but also Alex's own parents, turning them into unwilling servants. Suddenly, loved ones become enemies, and everyday people are stripped of free will. This chilling idea that people can be controlled and forced to do harm adds the first layer of meaning to the title Weapons. Gladys doesn't need knives or guns. She makes humans themselves into tools of destruction, showing us how horror can be even scarier when it's not about what lurks in the shadows, but about those closest to us. As the story unfolds, we see how victims under Gladys's influence become literal weapons. Marcus, another character under her spell, is commanded to kill Justine in one of the film's most shocking moments. Later, Alex cleverly turns this dark magic against Gladys, forcing her own controlled victims to attack her, ultimately tearing her apart. It's brutal, but it's also deeply symbolic. The film's title grows more powerful here, showing us that Weapons isn't just about violence. It's about agency being stolen, about human beings turned into instruments of destruction. What makes it more disturbing is how easily this theme resonates with real-world fears. When people lose control of their actions, whether through manipulation, trauma, or influence, they can become dangerous without even realizing it. And that's a horror far more chilling than any supernatural monster. But the movie doesn't stop there. One of the most unsettling images comes when Archer, a father searching desperately for his missing son, sees a floating gun hovering over his house. The film never gives us a clear answer about what it means, but the imagery lingers like a nightmare. It's not hard to see the connection. Weapons subtly reflects on America's relationship with gun violence and the way communities crumble after tragedy. Just like towns in real life are torn apart after school shootings, Maybrook spirals into grief and fear after the disappearances. Director Zack Cregger has said he doesn't have one single explanation for the gun imagery, but that's what makes it so powerful. Sometimes the most terrifying things are the ones we can't fully explain, and the ambiguity forces audiences to confront their own fears. In the end, Weapons delivers on multiple levels of horror. Gladys herself is the ultimate weapon, embodying a force of destruction that leaves scars long after she's gone. The children are transformed into weapons. The parents are forced into submission, and even grief hardens Archer, changing him into someone unrecognizable. The brilliance of the film lies in how its simple title stretches across every storyline. Physical weapons, emotional weapons, and cultural weapons. It's this layered meaning that makes Weapons not just a horror movie, but an experience that unsettles you on a deeper level. It leaves you thinking about control, trauma, and the ways people can be turned against each other. And maybe that's why audiences are calling it the most disturbing horror movie of the year, because it's not just fiction, it's a mirror held up to our darkest realities.